What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the round 12 AFLW Game Day Squad show brought to you by the Game Day Society and AFL Fantasy Fanatics. As always, joined here by Bales. How you going, Bales?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. But we're here. Final round of
No.
the season. It's gone very, very quick. It doesn't feel like that long ago that we were doing our first round preview pod ahead of round one and going, oh, it's going to be a good season. Looking forward to it. It's been a good season, but where's it gone?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow,
And it's been a
crazy.
longer season than normal as well, which is even crazier. Like
Yeah,
it's
and that's what I mean, right? It's longer by 2 weeks, but it doesn't feel longer. It feels like it's
no.
gone almost just as quick, if not quicker. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's a shame. Obviously, for me and you, right, and for those watching along, we've had footy from mid-February with pre-season games for the men's, right through with the whole men's season, then the finals, then the AFLW starting, and we've obviously got last round. Then we've got a few weeks of finals, but then that's it. So we'll be on the
Yeah.
cricket, and then
I
obviously we've
know.
got football and other sports and everything going around the world. But we're going to miss footy when it's done. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely that sad time of the year, isn't it? Where you're just like, the game's over and then you're like, oh, and then the next weekend rolls around and you're like, oh, and it's just not a great time.
Yeah,
But how did
exactly.
you go last week?
Very mediocre, unfortunately. Not too great. 29th in starter, 24th in classic, 25th in challenger, and 16th in champion. So I'm nothing if I'm not consistent, right? I'm consistent across all four, but no top 15 finishes there. That's probably the first week I reckon all season I haven't had a good finish in starter or classic or challenger, like one of them. So disappointing from that sense, and dropped to fourth. And I'm 1 point ahead of you in classic. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want to give that like I don't mind if we both go up together, but I want to drop to fifth or lower because then my order in the prize card draft is going to be a bit lower. When I was staring at potentially first in classic and maybe a top sort of 7 pick or something in the draft, so I'm hoping I can claw it back because if you we look at the rankings in classic, obviously because that's the one I'm probably looking at the closest is that the ranks are quite close to the top. So you got Skippers is out to a bit of a lead. I think he's 204 points ahead of me, so I'm probably unlikely to catch up him. But I'm only about 120 away from Cash Money, and then I'm 24 away from Womanizer. So it's I think 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, and funny enough, then here we goes 1 point behind you. So
Yeah, I know. It's
very,
real
very
tight.
close
So
between 4, 5,
yeah.
6, which could be big in terms of prize card
Yeah.
order.
It'd be huge. Imagine if we
How'd you
just
go?
both drop out.
Yeah,
And
exactly. How'd you go, mate?
yeah. Uh mediocre, but a bit better than you.
Thanks,
So
mate. Thanks for telling me.
yeah, just rub it in. 10th in starter, but crucially still hanging on to first or reclaim. I think I'm hanging on. I can't remember if I reclaimed it or hanging on.
You held on to it because you were first last week.
Yeah. 12th in classic, 14th in challenger, and I'll talk to you about my challenger strategy because I changed it up and then just absolutely blew it. So.
Okay.
Then,
I was getting excited. Maybe change it and it worked out, but okay, maybe not.
No, it should have worked out. It probably could have worked out, but I just absolutely cooked it. And then it's not loading, but it's around about 10 to 12 in champion as well. But I thought because my prize card is coming from classic, I'm going to assume, and you can only get one. So I was like, what if I load all of my diamond mids from my champion side into my challenger side? And just try and just rush a couple of weekly decent scores, maybe get a bit of money. So I did that, and it worked out really well because all of our mids did great this round, and I had them all in there as like high rarity cards. The problem is, I made a huge blunder. I had Chloe Malloy in a draft side that I'd built at the start of the week.
Oh no!
And just after the lockout of the Sydney game, I was like, oh, better check I took her out of everything. And I didn't. And it just cooked me. Because I had a good round. It came like, was it 12th overall with a 0? So that could have been
top 5.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm not sure I'll do it again because maybe I will. We'll see. But anyway, let's carry on. So round 11 review. Top point there, triple check your lineups. Purely this is the last game. You can't make any mistakes here.
I like
Because
that. I like
this is
that.
what could,
Tips for something that I didn't do last week.
yeah,
I
exactly.
like that.
Yeah. Next point down is all our guns gunned this week. I don't know if you saw the scores from our like key midfielders, but it was just basically perfect. Hang on, I'll just get them up here so I can. So was it Marinoff 184, Garner 157, Gardner 156, Riddell 154, Bowers 148. Like they're the midfielders we talk about locking in every week, and they just absolutely nailed it. So that was nice. The third point down is I don't think we're any closer to working out who our like best pick for the 7th defender is. I don't know if you feel the same, Bales, or
No, sorry, I've just had a sneezing fit while we're bloody hay fever is just getting me this year. It's getting me this year. It's really, really annoying. So yes, that's why I had my camera off. Just like no one wanted to see me continually going like so. Yeah, no, annoying. But yes, no, the mids went absolutely crazy last week. I was there live watching Noffy go about her business, and she was amazing. Just did everything, and then obviously watching a bit of that Freo game, watching Bowers go about that, and then the North girls just doing what they do best. Laura Gardner, like they all did it, and there was plenty of mids that had good games, right? Like Anne Hatchard, Abby Dowrick, Gab
Conti,
Newton, Conti was solid. Like they all went well.
Even Finn, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, Dana Finn went well as well, right? They all went well, but the other 5 just have done what they've done all year. So yeah, no, very, very good.
Yeah. But yeah, next point, D7. I am still confused about who should be playing there. Oh, I think he's gone again. But yeah, it's obviously, we'll talk about it when we get to West Coast, but Thomas is just absolutely killing me. Like, played virtually every week, been underwhelmed every week. Take her out of my side.
Let's not talk about Charlie Thomas, please.
Yeah.
And it's funny, right? Because I really like Charlie Thomas, the player, right? I enjoy watching it, but just has not been the year for picking her when I've needed her to play well.
But I mean, and she's only very young, so there's still plenty of footy left to kind of win us back. But yeah, next, we'll write about some of those players being dropped. Oh, she's sneezing all over the place. We saw obviously Carney get rested last week, and I suspect that we'll probably see a lot more this week now that a few more finals berths are locked in. And then finally, again, I already mentioned it, but Thomas is just causing a headache. So Bales is just out of action for a couple of seconds, so I will carry on. So we'll crack on to the first game, and I'll quickly run you through, I guess, some of the big points here. So obviously our North mids are going to be probably locks still. The matchup's not too bad. They've been really good. Just interested to see what Bales thinks in terms of rested players. You there?
Yeah, no, I'm interested to see what North do this week. I think if I look at the players that could be rested, I don't think Riddell is going to be the one if they're going to do it right. Just because I think, look, if we're looking at the best and fairest for this year, she's probably got it. I think she's been the best player in the comp this year. But it'll be interesting. Her and Jazz Garner, probably there'll be so many games where it'll be A. Riddell and Jay Garner, 2 and 3 votes, just sharing it between the two. So it could be a 1 and 2 finish with them. And because of how dominant North have been, I think Riddell will play. Garner's the one that if someone's going to be rested, it's going to be her. And I want to get your thoughts on, could it be a pod play to go without Riddell? Without Garner this week? Because I just think if they're up by 5 goals in the last quarter, 5 minutes into it, I could just see Garner just resting the last 10, 15 minutes on the bench because they're not going to fully rest her. But if she gets that rest, that's extra quarter or so off, she doesn't have to worry about it. Like Emma Carney, I'm probably not Well, I think she's. I don't know if she's. I put her in my original side that I drafted. She's currently sitting there, but just makes me nervous. Right? Is that she's like she'll
Yeah.
probably score an 85 from 64% game time, which is probably what she's done a lot of the games this year. Which I don't know. Like, but then again, I don't know about you. But looking at defense, I don't see a lot of defenders that I look at and go, I'm pretty confident you're going to go more than that because a lot of them have dropped off. So what are your thoughts on? Well, I've Riddell, Carney, Garner. Like I don't know if you gave your thoughts quickly before I came back.
No. Garner, I worry. Well, not I worry about dropping her because if they rest her, they might just rest her up forward and she'll still kick 4. And but then I guess for North, resting up forward's not the biggest risk because a lot of the time that's where the ball's gonna be. So you're still in the action. Could be a call. A few people in the chat saying it's a 100th game, so unlikely to rest her. But she's locked in for finals.
It is too. It is Garner's 100th game. Yeah, she won't be rested fully, but yeah, just we're talking, I guess, more about at the end of the game. Yeah, well, because I forgot it was a 100th game. Like I remember hearing it at the start of the week, but yeah, so she won't get a full rest. So I'm not worried about full resting, but
full rest's almost better because we know ahead of time. Whereas,
but then maybe do they maybe go for 100th game in a final? Does that add anything? Maybe do they rest her like that? Mate, I don't know, but yeah, I assume she plays, right? So
yeah, no, I think she plays, and I think if she plays, I think we have to play her because who you pick it. Well, we'll get there, but there's just a little bit more risk, I think, picking the others. Yeah, I want to jump over to Hawthorn now. Tilly, Lucas Rod, they have been. I'm a little bit worried about them this game.
Yeah, I'm as well, but I'm still starting them because they're so consistent. They get it done every week. Yeah. But in saying that, TLR, outside of that, I don't want any part of anyone else. The match, we haven't. I don't know if we've seen we've seen some bright green on the scale that you've put there. I don't know if I've seen the dark red, and I know it's for rucks, but it's just very, very bad matchup. And then the red for mid, red for forward, not that much better for defenders. But at least defenders the better matchup of the 4, right? So at least to Lucas Rod, they can hopefully get to a good score.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Anya McDonough, Gilroy, Stone, Bodie, I don't like the great players, right? But I don't want a part of them this week.
Yeah, no, agreed.
The point that I probably was going to make before I had my sneezing fit, and I did put my camera a few times, but I was blowing nose and didn't want people to be looking at doing that on the screen, so I thought that's why I turned the camera off a couple of times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can go to the Patreon for that one. But the thing I think I've been doing my squad the last probably 2-3 weeks, which is probably where it's coincided with my drop in rank in terms of going from number 2, number 3 in classic to 4, right? So it's not a big drop, but I've noticed my weekly rankings have gone from being consistent to now being in the mid-teens to 20s, right? I think it's because I've been getting too comfortable with picking players that I've had a number of weeks or players that I feel are safe, right? And you probably look at players like a McDonough or something like that. That's probably what I'm looking at. But I feel like we got to in Gainer Squad. I think got to pick the players that I think are the best options there with the matchup. So, I picked Conti, I think it's a couple weeks ago, dropped a poor score, but I wasn't as keen, but I felt comfortable putting it there. So, probably just something I'm considering moving into this week and moving into the next couple of weeks is just to make sure I pick the players that I like their matchup, I like their scoring potential, and not just putting in a player just because they've scored well for the previous 3 weeks. So that's probably what I'm looking at this week. And I feel like some of those Hawthorn players, I think T. Lucas Rod, they're different because they've been a top sort of 2 or 3 defender for the whole year. And I think they're going to score well because the ball's going to be back there for them a lot. But outside of that, I think I'd be steering well clear of the other options.
Yeah, no, I fully support that. I've just got McDonough up there because of last week. I thankfully picked her as my Hawthorn forward and she came out all right. But steer clear. Yeah. So push on to the next one then. West Coast and Carlton. Now, Ella Roberts, I think, is a query for this round.
Test. Yeah, she trained. She trained today. I saw a post about from Eliza Riley. Shout out to her over in WA. Posting she trained today. Lighter session, not full session, but gets through tomorrow. But they are expecting that she'll play.
Mm.
So I don't know. Carlton is not great matchup, and as we said, I still think you look at it: Marinoff, Garner, Riddell, Bowers, and Gardner. Locked in. I don't think we're taking any of those 5 out. So we've got one spot left for that other mid. And I've got a couple of names ahead of Ella Roberts this week. So I don't think I'm going there, particularly as well with a bit of a niggle.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also because I'm well off Roberts because I picked her twice this season, and both times she has stunk it up. So not touching her this round, especially with so much on the line. But Carlton as well. There's the Finn's been in all right form, but we know how we feel about wingers. So anyone else there that you could be interested in?
Yeah, no, Finn could be someone to maybe consider here. One of the names, if you want to go for a pod, I think the matchup is good enough that Finn could go well. But as I said, I've got a couple of names ahead of her, and I see Mel's keeping an eye that she's noticed you turn your camera off. So no. At least for you, it was just you charging some headphones, right? Whereas me, it's nose bloody playing up. But I feel I'd use some decongestant spray. I should be good. So we'll keep pushing on.
Love that. Now, apart from those guys, obviously the elephant in the room is Thomas. Like we kind of have to talk about it because
we do.
It's going to be a decision for this week.
I just can't start it. Like she just has quarters where she goes massive, but she has other rest. Like so, for example, just to take into context about how her game last week went, right? So she ended up scoring. What was her final score in GameDay squad?
I'll bring it up for you. It
would have been like a 90 something.
94.
Yeah, 94, right? So 94. Her first quarter, she had 11 disposals, 8 kicks, 3 handballs, 2 marks, 2 tackles. So that would equate to 53 GameDay squad points, right? So that's all. That's an amazing quarter, right? On track for 200, pre and midfielder. The problem with that is after that, she scored 41 points in the remaining 3 quarters. So that's just showing that like those, I feel like the 3 quarters after quarter time is a bit more of a reflection of what she's been doing this year. But we both know Thomas has got the ability to pump out a massive quarter like she did and have 11 touch, right? And if she has 2 of those quarters, that's where the big scores is coming from, right? Yeah. But I think that could be a high score of the year, that 94 potentially, or she hasn't gone much more.
She's got a 95. And that's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So she hasn't turned up at all this year. And I just think she's capped just with the way West Coast are playing, that a lot of those defenders there are playing well this year. Like, I feel like Cleaver's taken a lot of responsibility back there as well. Emma Swanson sort of gone in and out of mids and then like in the last couple of weeks and has played defense a lot as well. So,
well, that's what I was going to ask you. How much do you think that Ella Roberts coming out, Swanson probably going in more time in the middle, freeing up Thomas, that chain, how much do you think that actually helped Thomas?
I don't think a lot.
See the game.
I don't think a lot because Swanson played midfield the week before and tagged Georgie Pasparkas and Thomas put up a lower score, I think, of the year. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. It's I just probably going to fade Thomas here. But for anyone that's got like an all-star or Thomas out there, or prize card Thomas or whatever, don't beat Hash and get rid of her and then because as you said, she's young still. It's just been a down year, but I wouldn't be shocked if she returned next year and had a better fantasy year because she still had an all right year, but in terms of fantasy, it's not quite getting there. So, but then the other play just in this game before we move to the next one was Harriet Corden. If anyone's looking at starting her, the red batch up there for defenders against West Coast, and we know that Corden relies a lot on intercept marking. So I don't think I'm going there this week just because I like my defenders to be sort of a bit safer and I feel good about.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. We know that they can score well, but just this week, it's not a good matchup with that West Coast defense matchup. One thing I forgot to mention at the start, as I always forget to do, is obviously at the end of this episode, we will be doing our final prize wheel of the season. Because we're running a bit later than normal as well, I'm going to do an extra prize wheel in the Discord for those who are watching on replay, just because they might not have been able to catch it. So to win the live stream one, all you have to do is get in the live chat, ask questions, answer questions. We'll answer questions as we see them. In order to get on the Discord one, just comment in the YouTube video comments, and we'll get your name on the new board.
Beautiful.
But anyone else from this game, or?
No, I think that's it. I think we'll move to the next one, I reckon.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, up next we have GWS and Port Adelaide. Now, this game, I feel like Schultz is going to go big again.
Whew, yes. Oh, this is a prime time matchup for Matilda Schultz. So it is very, very interesting to me when I look at that Giants point, like the points scored against table, and one or two things has happened. Either one, Marcus forgot to update it since week one, or two, the more likely scenario is that Giants have just sneakily been a restrictive team to score against, which I think it's the second one. Right. So,
well, yeah, I can tell you
have you
list of scores against.
I thought for a second you're going to say have an update. I was like, wait, what? No, so yeah, I was going to say, I'd be surprised considering that I do see them update every week. So, but Matilda Schultz up against Aisho Dowd, I just think is going to have an absolute field day here. I think she's a must start. I think she's one of those players that you want max salary on as much as you can anyway. So yeah, I think she's got to start. Goldsworthy is the big question though for me. If she plays, she's at least as a test this week. I can't see why the Giants would risk her. There's one game left. The Giants don't have anything to play for. How do you feel about starting Goldsworthy if she's named? Because I'm worried that if she's named, she could just play a lot of deep forward.
That's what I'm worried about too. Yeah. I don't think I'm starting her even if she's named, just purely because I can't see her hitting, like she was in a moon boot. Like you can't go from a moon boot surely to be playing midfield minutes.
That's what I mean, right?
In the space of a week.
That's my worry.
Yeah, I think even if she's named, I'll be staying away from her. But we've got a question in the chat on Evans going well this week. Oh, I think we've got the sneezes again.
No sneeze. I'm just wipe the nose. I don't want people seeing it. Just
sorry, I should be telling people.
Yeah. You telling people my secrets. Maybe it's just I'm changing my team that many times. Just don't want people to see it. So, but yeah. So, are you going to ask a question there?
Oh yeah, just a question in the chat about Evans. I bring up Evans as an option every week. Didn't last week, and then Evans went well last week. So
yeah. So this is the week you put her in, and she scores poorly. She Evans. I don't know about you, but I feel like this week with forwards because Goldsworthy's not there, and Chloe Malloy is obviously not going to be playing either. I've got 6 forwards I really like in my team this week. But the 7th forward, I don't know who it is. I'm still tossing up a number of names that I still haven't settled on someone yet. So that's the position for me this week that I'm tossing up with. I feel like I've got 8 defenders I really like. I've probably got 7 or 8 midfielders I like, and the rucks are set. But F7 for me is just I'm struggling to find someone I do like as a co-host of the GameDay Society football show. Zonald is his presence known. So g'day Zonald. Hope you're going well, mate.
Shout out as soon as he gets here. What a legend. Just stops the stream when he gets here. I worry that picking a GWS forward is not going to work out well for you this week because they're losing a lot of their power through the middle if Goldsworthy's not either 1, not playing, 2, not playing 100%, or 3, not playing in the middle. Like either way, I can't see them. Like already they're not going to do that great. Porter in some hot form as well. So
yeah, saw it firsthand as well. That second and third quarter, they just really suffocated the Crows. They just didn't allow the Crows to hit any targets. They just took the ball through the ground forward and not hitting up targets. They're just getting it forward, just running and carrying, and they were playing well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one there. And I see Mel's comment in the chat as well. Yes, no, hay fever's hitting pretty hard in Adelaide. I haven't had it this bad, I don't think, ever. I feel like, yeah, it's last couple of days have been okay when it's been raining, but last few weeks has been terrible.
Now, one person that I sneakily don't mind this week, well, there's a couple, but like the key forwards for Port, I can just see them having a bag. There was a game a few weeks ago where I think both, it was a Tahoe, I don't know, is that how you say your name? Tahoe?
Yeah, Tahoe. Yep.
Yeah, Tahoe and Horton both just had a bag, and I can kind of see that happening again this week. Are you tempted at all by either of them, or just too much risk there?
No, Indy Tahoe's someone that I've had a bit of a peek at in terms of could I put her into the squad this week. The only worry I've probably got with her is that she's had some obviously really good games this year, been in great form, and she'll have the most improved player or comeback player or whatever award they want to give her, because she's gone from doing I think ACL or something with the beginning of last year, come back and she's right up at the top in terms of the goal kicking. I'm not sure if she's top now, but she's like first or second. Like she's very, very high up there. So she had, I'm just having a look at the score. So 57, 59, 104. That was in round 3. 67, 92, 71, 54, 70, 46, 116, 72. I just worried that, so she scored a 40, so 46 with 1 goal, a 54 with 1 goal, but like she scored a 70 with 4 goals. Like, I could see her doing something like that again, kick 4 goals and score a 70. So like
that's basically 4 goals, 4 kicks.
Yeah, so like
maybe some marks.
If Maloney, for example, kicks 4, she's scoring a 100 plus. Like she's gone big. Whereas I feel like that, like Indy Tahoe probably doesn't have that full, well-rounded fantasy game to really make it count when she kicks a bag. So that's my worry with her. But the matchup's there, right? So the score could be there, and she's someone I've definitely considered putting in at that F7 spot.
Mm-hmm. And finally, from this one, well, I mean, Ash Woodland's probably a lock at the moment. Well, for the rest of for the rest of the season for this game. And finally, Ella Heads. Is she someone that's coming into contention after a few good weeks in a row?
You're trying to talk me into it, are you? You're trying to say, put her in. I don't have her at the moment, but she's one of probably 3 defenders, I think, at this stage I've considered for D7. Mm-hmm. I've got someone there, which we'll talk about that game when we get to it. But I've got someone else currently sitting there at the moment, but it's something I've contemplated.
Yeah, okay. No, very good. I mean, scores of 102, then backing it up to 86 is like...
Yeah, she's in good form. Yeah. I guess the wing role is the thing that scares me, right? She's not playing off halfback. Like I saw her on the, obviously, first hand on Friday night, she was full-time. It was on the wing. Like, again, she gets real back into defense, and she does get forward, right? So she plays the wing role really, really well, but it is wing role. It's not like a distributing role of halfback or anything like that. And plus, as well, we as we said, like the Giants have been somewhat restrictive, at least this year. I think the mid matchup for, as you can see there, right, like Giants are -2.5 for defenders, -1.3 for rucks, and -1.48. Schultz the lock anyway, but I think that the mid matchup is the one to target there. But Giants, I think Evans is probably the one that you can consider forward, and she's someone I've also looked at this week. But I think outside that, there's probably not anyone there that we really want, because Goldsware's the only one, if she plays, that you could consider.
Yeah, I just want to touch on the rucks as well. I've just got the stats here for who's like why GWS, scores against is so low. They've had a lot of like 20s and 23s in there from obviously people who are probably listed as rucks in GameDay squad, but aren't actually playing ruck. The 2 like premium rucks who have played them, or premium. So Strom has played 134. And Warford's played them 126. So that's...
Yeah. So we're looking at a 120 plus score, very likely, from Matilda Schultz this week.
So, yeah, I think we kind of ignore that ruck data there. Yeah. I mean, we've got to lock her in anyway, because we're down to not that many selectable
It'll be
options.
interesting to see though who takes the mantle for the number one averaging ruck for the season, because it's 112.1 for Schultz, 112.5 for Strom. So not very much separating him. So who's going to come out on top? I think Schultz has got the matchup, but Strom may also have a good matchup when we get to that.
Yeah. So we'll push into the next one, Richmond and Gold Coast. Where do you want to start? Like
Green is what I'm seeing there.
Yeah.
5 greens matchups, but I think we got to start off with Mon Conti.
Are you concerned?
Matchup is plus 6.13. Green matchup. Not starting her.
No, neither.
No. Lucy Single did a tagging job on who'd they play last week? Gold Coast.
Benici.
Yeah, right. And she went with Benici and kept Benici to a lower score. I actually forgot to change Conti to Benici because I decided, I think, Sunday morning I was going to do that. But I ended up maybe subconsciously, I just couldn't be bothered changing it because I didn't want to, but I didn't end up changing it regardless, whether it was a good, whether it was my choice or not. I didn't anyway. And it ended up working out well. But I just worried, like, because Conti will, like, if you're going to take Benici, like, Benici's a great player, right? But you're looking at Conti as like the clear number. Like, if there's any team in the comp, there's 2 teams where you look at one player and you go, they have to be tagged. Ella Roberts at West Coast and Mon Conti at Richmond. They're the 2 that any team that plays them tag, right? And every team tries to stop Mon Conti. But I feel like there are some taggers like a Lucy Single that can do the job. So that just worries me a whole lot. I'd actually be starting the counterpart in this game, who you've got a prize card for.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Rowbottom. It has come into a bit of form the last 3 weeks, I'd say.
He turned up in each of her last 5 or something. I think that's what I saw the other day, or last 6.
She had 3 average scores to start the season, week out, and then since then has turned it up in the last 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep.
So what's that? So she's turned up in how many of her last games? What was that?
Last 8 games.
So her last 8 games she's turned up. Yeah, so like that's great form. And it's, I think, coming back to those inside players that adapted to the rules. Like we saw Gardner and Riddell, particularly Riddell, they've just smashed it from the first round because the rule changes of the quicker ball movement, the quicker holding the ball rule benefits those outside players that can run and transition, which we've, like, it feels like Riddell is getting 40 every week, and every 3rd or 4th week she's breaking her own disposal records. So, like, whereas I heard Ebony Maroff had on radio, would have been maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now, and she spoke about how the start of the season she struggled a little bit with the few of the changes in the game, and probably why her numbers didn't reflect like the 150, 160 that we often see from her. But she's been great pretty much since then, right? I think Charlie Robon's very similar. Like, I think if you asked her, she'd probably say the first few weeks I probably struggled with the quicker ball movement and the changes, but she's, again, like all good players do, they adapt, and she's adapted and she's scoring well. So if any of those in the off season looking to get some bargains, I think Charlie Rowbottom is a buy low for your club.
100%.
If you're looking at buying some cards in the off season, Charlie Rowbottom's the one that I'd be looking at, and I think that's something to be considering.
Yeah, she's only averaging 116, which for like a primo mid isn't enough. But if you look at, her last 3, she's the lowest score in the last 3 is 127, which is like quality. She's hit 173 once this season. Like, she's back to normal. So I think, I'm starting her.
Yeah, great matchup. She's someone that's very, very much in my consideration. I don't have her at the moment. Got one other player ahead of her, but she's next. Like, it's her or this other player. Watch. I want to wait till we get to that game to chat about her. But it's one of those 2, and Charlie Rowbottom is definitely in the mix. So I've got, like, you've got the prize card Rowbottom. I've got a diamond Rowbottom, which I'm still crazy. I packed that probably a year or so ago, which was probably one of the greatest feelings ever. I'm starting her in, I think, Challenger this week. So I think I'm going to put my better squad Challenger this week instead of Champion. So, good option, Corey. And I want to ask you about this, Mark, is that what are your thoughts on Katie Lynch? Because she's been consistent, but this is a great matchup. I think Richmond are the best defensive matchup, or one of.
Like, she's been consistent, and if she hits her consistent score, I'll be happy. So even like without the good matchup, the 3 games she's played, she's gone 82, 73, 77. So they're like, not incredible scores, but they're like the foundation that you need to put up a big score for the round. So I am seriously considering her. Currently don't have her, but I'm 100% not. I'm definitely making the most changes to my back line. You said you were most concerned about your forward line, but I'm more worried about the back line, to be honest, this week.
Really?
So be
there you go.
interesting. Yeah.
Yep. The one other player before we move on as well, that she's someone I'm looking at the moment. I currently don't have her sitting in the side, but the one forward I've looked at for this game is Katie Brennan. And people are going to be really scared to play her because last week she had a good matchup against Collingwood, and I'm just getting her score up here, but she put up an absolute stinker.
30.
Yeah, so absolute stinker, right? Emma O'Driscoll did a number on her, but this is a green matchup, 8.5 plus 8.5 for forwards. And obviously Izzy Yu's got the question there as well, Greiser or Brennan. I feel like I'd go Brennan between the two. Greiser's a good option. I think that Greiser's the pod, and I think Brennan's a pod as well. I don't think a lot of people are going to look at Brennan, particularly with the low score, but they're both, particularly Brennan, but Greiser as well. I think they're in calculation for me. I don't have them as my F7 at the moment, but Brennan's someone that I'm considering, and I could make that change.
Yeah, I do just want to warn you that big green matchup for Gold Coast forward is a little bit of a red herring, just because...
A bit like the rucks for Giants.
Yeah, so they had that big game Sydney played where Ham went 156 and Malloy went 154, and that's factored into the thing still.
Yeah, so probably
still
probably a good matchup, but yeah, probably not the best that it probably shows.
Exactly. So I think that's probably too much of a risk for my liking.
And I guess the worry with both not so much Grice, because she's been fairly consistent, but with Brennan, she can drop a 30, or as you said last week. So that I talked about before, going with the players that I think got the best matchups and going for them. But there's a point where, like, it's probably in my position, it's probably too risky to play a Brennan, because if she drops a 30 and you and here we go, and all the other people around me start people, and they go 80. I've lost 50 points, and I'm probably out of the top 5. So I just don't think. Whereas I think if you're outside the top 10 of Classic, outside top 10 Challenger Champion, wherever you're looking at, and you want a prize card, maybe going a Katie Brennan could be that move to get you in, because she might pop a 90, 100 plus score and go well. So something to consider for those coaches.
I think if you're doing it, you've got to be prepared to cop another 30, though. You can't, it's got to be a...
That's why I said for people looking outside, looking in of the top 10, they do it. But anyone inside top 10, probably a bit risky. And then Neve McLaughlin, just locked and loaded, back-to-back, big scores, locking her in, and going really well.
Good. What I didn't realize is, her little Irish kick-ons that she does?
Yep.
I think they've been counting each one as a kick. Like when she
have they?
Well,
I didn't think they did, but maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it was
if that's the case, I'm going to I hope that's not true, because if you're telling me this now, I'm so angry that I lost to Skippers by 0.3 of a point because Neve McLaughlin decided to do these little Irish kick-ins to cost me when he had a platinum gold. McLaughlin, I had a gold. So I don't think it is, but if it is, I'm going to be chatting to Cal and Tom about this, because they should not be counting the stats. They can go to Champion Data and talk about it then.
We'll just count the kicks ourselves and then just feed it into Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Now, I think that's it for this game for me anyway. But yeah, Conti just steering clear of her this week just because of that risk. Now, Sydney Essendon, I don't really know if there's anyone too controversial to talk about in this one. We've got our locks every week, and then probably steering clear of everyone else. Any pearlers for us?
No, I don't think so. I think that's probably the 3: Laura Gardner, Montana Ham, and Bonnie Toogood. I'm still like starting Bonnie Tuga, right? She's won the 6 forwards. I feel pretty good about. Outside of that, just don't think this is a matchup that like a Georgian Anscorn's going to go massive or Maddie Prasparkas. Maddie Prasparkas is going to get the Tanya Kennedy tag, I would imagine, from here. So Skipper's there. What's done is done, Bells. Mate, I'm not going to let it go. Anytime I lose a matchup, I'm not going to let it go. Particularly when I was so close. And also, just while I'm chatting about it, congrats to Skippers and Cash Money. I believe they're the two that got through to the Cup final of the Classic Cup, the first AFLW Cup on GameDay squad. So congrats to both. But yes, Skippers, I'm very annoyed that I was 0.3 points away from potentially getting. But to be fair, I would have been probably knocked out last week. So it's all good. It's all good. Congrats on getting the final along with Cash Money, and good luck to you both.
Yeah, you don't mean that.
No. I genuinely like good luck to both. But obviously, there's a big part of me that wishes I was there.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of negatives there for Sydney. Does that concern you at all with Too Good? Obviously, she's a lock, but because she's one of those players who kind of drifts around the ground to find points, and it seems like everywhere around the ground is bad against Sydney. So
I think what you just said there, the drifting around the ground, I think that Bonnie Too Good's one of those players. I don't really care about the matchup. Like she just gets it going. And the thing is as well, right? If we look at her scoring the last few weeks, I just want to get it up here as well. So she's gone 82, 76, and 92 in her last 3 games, right? So she hasn't gone. So that 76 was her lowest score since round 1, which was the 55 and half a game. So let's just say 76. That's her lowest score of the year. That's a pretty good score. Like we're talking about Katie Brennan dropping a 30 last week. Like if you're getting a 76 from a forward, I think it's pretty good, right? But if we look at the last 3 weeks of Bonnie Too Good, so against the Dogs, where she went well, she didn't have any scoring shots. Well, she may have, but she didn't score a goal or a point, right? Round 10, when she played Brisbane, obviously very, very tough matchup. Still had a solid enough game. Had kicked 1 behind, and that was it. And then round 11, when she played Hawthorn last week, she kicked 4 behinds. So she kicks a couple of goals. There's probably a little bit more meat on the bone there. So I'm still pretty confident with Bonnie Too Good.
Yeah, I just don't know if I see kicking a few goals in this game is the problem, but she's
not going to kick 3 or 4, right? But I guess I'm just saying she can kick 1 or 2 and be, because she's still the main target, but she'll go back into defence and rack up some ball to help out. So I'm still starting and pretty confident.
Good question. Did Ham get concussed in the tackle last week?
No, she's I believe she's all good to go. There wasn't anything on the injury report or anything like that. So I think she's good to go.
But Malloy is ruled out. She's had surgery, I believe. So
she's ruled out.
Don't play her like I did last week. Still bitter.
And I still had her in my starter side as well, so I just had to take her out and make sure I had another 4 there.
Yeah. But I think that's about it for this matchup. I don't think it's worth taking risk. Well, I guess the 2 rucks in this game are potential options,
I prefer Morford if you're going out of the 2. But I don't love either because I felt they could just cancel each other out here. I think the rucks have just become very boring since Lucy Wales went out with appendicitis. It's Strom and Schultz and that's it. I think I don't. There's players have got good matchups, but they just don't take no one's going and banging down the door. Like look at Edmonds last week. Okay, Monsoon in Ballarat, not great, but she still only put up like a 60 odd. Whereas Strom and Schultz have got Schultz last week dropped so many marks and she still turned up. She sort of pretty all right game. So I just think it's those 2 and we're locking them away.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. All right. Next up, we have Geelong, Melbourne. I guess just want to ask you about Maloney. Now, are they someone who has come into contention in your kind of selections? You said that you've got a few on the outer.
Yeah, she's been the one that I've been sort of, I guess, settled on. But I don't love the matchup. Not against Melbourne. Not when they've got some good tall defenders. I I don't love it. So she's not going to be. I don't think she's going to be my F7. She's probably more there at the moment for safety. But as I said before, I feel like I've been too safe with picks. There's better matchups I think out there. But as I said though, there's no one that really inspires me with a lot of confidence at F7. And I go, yeah, I'm happy to start you this week. So yeah, the moment she's currently there, but I'm literally looking forwards as we speak because I'm looking at who I'm starting next. So I'll show my squad later on. I want to figure out who I'm playing.
And are we now in agreement that Maloney is ahead of Parry in selections?
Parry,
If we were going to pick one, it would be Maloney.
Yeah, Parry's had some good weeks this year, right? She had some good scores, had a pretty solid year, but yeah, just I think that it's Ash Maloney is the one.
And then jumping over to the other side, Heath. How disappointing was it last week? It was kind of, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't the best matchup for them, but we kind of backed them in as potentially could overcome that with their game style. But it was 72 they scored.
Yeah, Rob was still good. I think that she got really unlucky in the first half with tackles that she laid that went to the Brisbane player would get it out to their teammate. So she probably left 15, 20 points on the table. I'm still pretty confident with her. Good role. Like her, if 70 odds her floor from what the defenders have been doing of late, I think she's still a pretty good option. Along with her teammate, I think Maeve Chaplin, I think I've got a bit of confidence back after she had a couple of lower scores, had a couple of trickier matchups, but I know Geelong's not a great matchup either, but I think Maeve Chaplin is still the main designated kicker back there. So I'm starting her.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think we should be expecting those 130, 140 scores that she got for that, purple patch.
Yeah.
But I think we can bank an 80 pretty comfortably, which should be more than enough to keep you happy. Now, apart from that, I like that matchup is really good for rucks, but I don't think we'd be playing a Melbourne ruck against Geelong in this, would we? Because as we've said many times, we don't even think about rucks anymore. We just pick them, pick the two.
Yeah, and I don't think Melbourne have got a standout like I don't think Lauren Pearce is going to put up a big enough score where you're going to want to start her. So I just don't. I just see, as I said, probably just the two rucks at the moment, Strong and Schultz.
Yeah. What about a Harris or someone up forward, maybe getting a bit of
you could. Yeah. I feel like Zanker's been the better forward of late in terms of form. But again, it's picking between the two, right? So who's going to be the better one? You're probably going to pick the wrong one, whichever way you go. Geelong, it's a decent enough matchup, but it's not amazing or whatever. So I think if you're looking there, I think that I'm coming around to a Katie Brennan over the two Melbourne forwards. Yeah. Because also I looked at Classic as well, and I did have Malloy sitting there as well. So I didn't actually change my team since Monday after doing it. So putting the F7 onto my field, I've feel like I've got two spots. So I've got 5 forwards I like, and now 2 forwards I'm trying to figure out. And I think a couple of interesting picks there, but currently not Zanker or Harris at the moment. Could be Maloney.
Yeah. Interested to see who you've got on your team at the end then. All right, we'll crack on to Collingwood and Brisbane. Mullins, is how good?
Oh, she's absolutely smashing it. Absolutely smashing it at the moment. She's going along very, very well. I wish I started obviously that week that Hodder was out, but I really wish I started her last week as well. She had what did she have, 129 or something?
Yeah,
129. She absolutely went massive. So I think she's one of the 5 I'm really confident in. We chat about all of them, right? Ham, Woodland, Hodder also in this game here. Too good, and Mullins. They're the 5. I think everyone's going to start them. They're all great starts, and I think they're both locks.
Yeah, everyone, a lot of people swapped to her when Hodder was out last round or 2 rounds ago now. But prior to that, they'd actually done pretty well. So they 129 last round when I think we both missed her. 97 when we were basically forced to play her. But prior to that, she went 80 and 91. So there's like for forward, they're like quality.
Good numbers, yeah.
scores.
Very, very good scores.
I think it's just kind of slid under the radar a little bit. And now with, I guess, Hodder playing so well, kind of almost just shadowed those decent performances.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely.
She has gone under the radar a little bit as well because her average on GameDay squad 72.7. So she's down the list in terms of options. So like a lot of people don't actually like see her there. Like she's down the list, but like she's a good option. Like I do like her as a pick.
Yeah, and she's just had it has been a role change, but there's just some absolute stinker scores in like the 20s at the start of the season, which is bringing that down.
She got injured in one of them as well, like really early. So that's the other one.
Yeah, true. Other than that, I don't like Anderson. Can't really like Hollywood matchup. Apparently is quite bad, which surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, I could still see Ali Anderson actually going quite well in a matchup like this, but again, I just don't. We haven't seen the same ceiling from Ali Anderson this year that we have in previous years, so that's my concern.
Yeah, the thing is, like Ali Anderson going quite well is basically, unfortunately, the floor of a lot of the other premium mids that we are tossing up, taking out to put her in. So it's as much as I'd love to play her, I don't think there's space at the moment.
Yeah, and I think Britt Benici as well. Awful matchup against Brisbane this week. So, like, funny enough, it wouldn't shock me if she actually had a good score this week. With like, she does sometimes go quite well in tough matchups, get a lot of tackles, but you're not playing her, I don't think, this week.
What about Barnett?
Oh, geez, if someone could tell me what Barnett's role was going to be this week, and they said she was going to be playing the ruck, I'd put her in my forward line. She'd probably solve it, and she'd get a solid 75, 85 type score. But she's played forward a lot the last 2 weeks, and if she's playing forward against Brisbane, I don't love that.
It's really annoying because basically every round she's put up a good score apart from 2, but the 2 bad scores were a 38 and a 45. So it's just in the back of my mind that if she doesn't go well, she's going to go really bad. And that's what scares me. So I think she's one that's been in and out for the last, since Monday. I think
if she was named on the team sheets as the starting ruck, because she wasn't last week, it was Frederick. If she was named as starting ruck, that would get me a little bit interesting. Just because, as I said, I like 6 forwards this week, but it's that F7 spot for me that I don't love, and I'm trying to figure out who is it. Is it Brennan? Is it Barnett? Is it Maloney? Is it one of the Melbourne forwards? Is it Indy Tahoe? Is it Tani Evans? Like there's all those options, and there's another one that we're going to get to very shortly in the forward line that you could have a swing at as well. But
I'm just wondering who I've got in my side now that's made me feel like my forward line is so comfortable. I'm just having a look because,
the confidence.
We'll get there.
The confidence, like, what's forward line? Yeah, good.
Yeah, no.
I'm looking forward to it.
We're 2 more games in the round to talk about. Just make sure if you do want to get your name on the prize wheel, get in the comments. All you have to do is ask a question, answer a question, do anything. Once these last 2 games are finished, we'll get the list together and we'll put them on the prize wheel.
Yeah, and there's thank you to Mel once again for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, Mel. Does it out of the kindness of her heart. She's just an absolute legend. So, cracking on to the next one, and this is I've got the graph again.
Hey.
Because it continues technically. So even though, so this is the Wardlaw graph, where every round we've seen that she's gone up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it
still counts. It still counts because she still technically went just above.
Yeah.
There. But guess what? I think she breaks it this week. I think she goes up again. I think she has back-to-back weeks. She's the 6th forward. I've said that it's not the 7th, the 6th forward. I've been pretty happy with starting there. She had considering she played North Melbourne, didn't actually have a bad week, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like everyone against North Melbourne has struggled mightily against them, but the fact that she still ended up against the hardest team scoring a 63 is not too bad. So I think that I think she's gonna go up, and it's quite funny that she's actually done this for 11 weeks. That she's gone up, down, and like you got the graph,
Yeah.
But I think this is the week that she does finally go 2 weeks in a row. Scoring well. Like even last week, I'm looking at the stats that she had last week. She had 11 disposals, 4 marks, 1 tackle, a hit out, and 1 goal, 1. The fact that Beckhott's still out and it's going to be Reen Karras means that Wardlaw still has got a few those ruck contests there. I think she's the number one, like the clear target there. The Dogs, though, aren't in a great matchup for her. They've got some decent defenders there that could play the role. I just still think, though, that with the lack of confidence with a lot of forwards, I've got a bit more confidence in someone like a Wardlaw putting up a good score.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's she was the forward that I'd just forgotten about in my side. So yeah, she's sitting there at probably 6 if I put them in actual order as well. Every week I ask you, are there any Bulldogs that tempt you? And I think I know the answer.
Nope. No. Like, I would like to sit here and go for Alice Edmonds. Like, she's a good, unique target. She's got St Kilda, great matchup. Beckhott's out, Reen Karras, she's going to go well. She put up a 60-odd last week. Like, in a good, I don't know, condition weren't great, but you would have thought that would have been good, right? Like, tackles there. She had that game, I think, against Hawthorn where she didn't get a disposal, but she had like 5 tackles in the first quarter and ended up going really well. Like, Geelong, a lot of hit outs, like you would have thought in the condition, but still, like, just not. So, yeah, I just can't go there.
Yeah, it's not like you're not going to reach the scores that the our
Strom and Schultz,
Schultz, we're not going to hit that. So yeah, steer clear. And Watson, I think, we just have to start.
Yeah, Watson's in there every week. Again, she's one of the ones we're pretty confident in. So, locking her in.
But yeah, apart from that, probably not too much else. And then we'll crack into the last one, which will be a very
huge
interesting one.
Relevance.
Yeah.
So I'll go through the 2 players that I'll talk about that I guess are my D7 and my M6 at the moment. So, and one of them's on the screen. The other one's not. So the defender I've actually got in there at the moment at D7, Sarah Goodwin. So
really,
she's fallen off people's radars the last few weeks. Obviously, she was going quite well, so she had scores. So the game that Chelsea Randall and Caitlin Gould went down, she ended up scoring the 89 against Hawthorn, but then she went 132 against Gold Coast, that massive score. Then 90, 86, 73. So you can see the downward scoring a little bit. Then she had a 48 against North Melbourne. She played mid, and she went back in last quarter. But if we look at last week, she scored a 74. But I just want to get her CBA numbers up off of DFS because she played, from what I saw, she played a lot of midfield. So the role is still there for her. And again, I feel like the defenders the last month have gone from being a lot of high scorers and a lot of options to a lot of options have dropped off, either through injury or just poor form or playing a slightly different role. Whereas Sarah Goodwin, I still have got a bit of confidence there with the role. I think the fact that she played not great against North, and they got beaten badly, and then still went to the midfield against Port. I know they lost in the end, right? But the fact she still went in there is a bit of confidence for me. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Finn. I don't even have to get up on DFS. So 76% CBAs for her last week. That's big, right? It's full-time mid. So I think that pretty confident. Well, no, sorry, not pretty confident. I better be careful. I think that she can put up a good score this week.
Yeah, okay.
Your thoughts on Goodwin?
Scared. Probably, yeah, not in consideration. But maybe not.
Well, could Sarah Goodwin then keep me ahead in the final game?
It could do, or that could be clutch.
Or it could cost me.
Yeah. Obviously, Marinoff Bowles, we talked about playing. I'm interested. I think I know who your midfield M6 option is, but do you want to tell everyone?
Yeah, I've got Gab Newton in as my M6, and I haven't disrespected her, right? Because I've been talking about Gab Newton as a pod for a number of weeks, right? I just haven't had the guts to do it. But she has had an amazing season. Like, she's averaging 112.5. And I think and Mark, we've talked about this, I think, as well in previous shows, that she's fallen victim to the player that's had a different position the year before, that's lost it, and has sort of been forgot about in a way. We've seen a lot in the men's side of it in AFL fantasy where a player lose a position and they don't get the same love because they're in the mid, right? And particularly AFLW fantasy where the top mids are so much better than the rest of the pack. But she's averaging 116.5, 112.5 for the year, right? But that's not that's counting the first 5 weeks where she failed to. So first 4 games, she failed to ton up, and then she went on 105 in round 5. So didn't go great. But since then, 145, 134, 96, 138, 111, 154. That's up there with the top 5 mids we've been talking about. So she's the one that we probably haven't really, I don't know, we probably haven't had a lot of confidence here, but but I don't know why. It's been a weird, I
think we've just been drawn to the other names, like the Contis,
the Contis,
and that, where we have a bit more confidence in the name, not necessarily the actual ability or the scoring potential. So I really like that. And when you see my pod list,
hang on. What I'm doing is I'm actually just trying to calculate her Gab Newton's average from when she started her ton run in round 5, and just getting up that average there. So I've got 2 more games to add, and then I'll be able to get the average up for you. So that is from how many games? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So wait, 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, cool. There you go. So just some very, very slow maths while we're recording. Average of 126.1 in those 7 games since she's gone on that really good run. And if you wanted to even take away that 105 where it was a lower score and just divide that by the 6 games that she played, she's averaged 129.7. So that's up there. And again, to put it into context in terms of the best midfield averages, Marinos averaging 149.1, Riddell 146.8, Garner 146.5. But then you got Jazz Garner 138.4 and Bowers 134.9. So it's not very far off. I really shouldn't be saying all these stats because it's just going to get people to pick her, and I should have kept her as a pod. But
well, I mean, it's going to be a pretty ballsy move though. Still, I think to pick her.
Yeah, because people are going to go for Conti. Like, she's probably. I think Conti's going to be the most popular M6 because people are going to look at the Gold Coast matchup. Yeah. Great matchup on paper. People are going to go for like maybe Nelly Anderson for the name as well. Bonici's there. Roberts, Rowbottom, the other one as well. I feel like Rowbottom would be more popular with people over at Gab Newton just because the name, form, form's been probably just as good, right? But yeah.
And one other that I was going to ask is O'Driscoll as well, down back.
Yeah, very, very annoyed with O'Driscoll last week because I changed her out in every format of AFLW fantasy I play. Changed her out for Emma Swanson.
I did the same thing.
Cost me points. I'd still be third in Classic if I didn't do that change. It annoys me because I keep telling myself anytime I change a tip or anytime I change a player late, it doesn't work out. It never does. Like you just make it's rash decision, and it was a rash decision. I saw Roberts out. I thought, brilliant, she's going to play midfield, and she did. She didn't do much. She had a statless second quarter, 0 points. Didn't touch it. So the fact that Swanson still scored from 3 quarters is not too bad, but unfortunately we need 4 quarters. And Emma O'Driscoll did that, and I think would she have like an 84?
85?
Might be 88. Yeah, so good score from her. And Crow's a good matchup. So are you starting her? Is she someone you're looking
at? I think she's in there. Yeah, and I think that might be. Maybe I have a bit more confidence in my back line. I've got confidence in my forward line. My back line is the issue, but
so it could, if you start O'Driscoll, I go Goodwin. It could be coming down to that to potentially see who gets. Well, it's going to be that, and then see if Gab Newton can catch up what Rowbottom scores potentially. That could be what we're looking at.
Yeah, wow, huge. All right. Anything else in this one? I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to talk about in that game. Like, there's so many options, like the midfields. I think speculative one. If you want to go for a real, actually, no, I was not going to say if you go for a real pod, but I'll say that in the pod list. So we'll save that for the pod list. Is there anyone else here? We talk about Strom, we talk about Marinoff, talk about the three mids. I don't think so. I think that's probably it. I'm just looking else. So I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 players from this game. So a lot of players.
What about like McCarthy as a bit of a pod in the middle there? Or
I've just got Bowers and Newton ahead of her, like in terms of because Newton can McCarthy can go forward and go well. I've got a McCarthy prize card, so I'll chuck her in challenger or champion, 1 of the 2. I'm undecided yet. So like, she'll probably score well with the rarity there. But I think unless you had a prize card McCarthy or an all-star, I probably would go for other options. But it's a decent matchup. She could still go well because we know she's got a ceiling.
Yeah. And Adelaide were giving up a lot of points to mids. I think they've kind of reined it in a little bit the last few weeks. But
Abby Darrick still went. I think Abby Darrick had a decent game last week against the Crows. What did she score? 129. So she went pretty well. So second highest score. So
yeah,
be interesting to see how it goes. But I'm partly hoping Crows win, but then they also give us some points to mids because I've got Bowers and Newton. So
yeah, no, sounds good. All right, we'll crack in. So entries now off. This is my pods list, and I'm curious to see what you think because we've talked about basically all these.
We talked about 3 of them a bit more. So we talked about O'Driscoll in the last game. I like that pick against the Crows with obviously Gab Newton. Obviously, I spoke about in depth there as well.
Yeah.
Kay Lynch, I like that as an option. But I guess 2 and 3 from Port probably didn't. You mentioned Houghton, but we probably didn't touch a heap on Derek and Houghton in that game.
Yeah, I think Derek, I rate the matchup as GWS and also a weakened GWS most likely. So that's basically where my head's at for the pod pick. Don't know how risky it would be in terms of that stealing score. I don't know if we've what is she? Just looking at her scores now. She's gone. Her highest score is a 132. So that's what worries me a bit. Yeah. Horton, I'm just in there for the bag. I'm thinking 5 goals. Hopefully
she's got that ability, right? I guess again that's the thing that you don't know which Port forward's going to be the one that goes big, right? Is that there's a lot of Port, like Ini Tahoe could be the player. It could be Gemma Houghton. Like it's going to be hard to choose. So at the moment, I don't have either, but I don't mind the pick because Houghton has got a ceiling if she does kick a bag.
Yeah, cool. And what are your pods?
So I guess I don't have. I've probably mentioned a few of them there. Like I like O'Driscoll. I like Lynch. I've considered both as well. Obviously, I've got Newton in my side as well, so I do like her. But I guess that the 2 that I'd probably say is I mention Katie Brennan there. I do like her matchup a lot against Gold Coast. So she's a pod. Obviously, just that floor is the one that is a little bit scary, but Gold Coast is a good matchup. I don't even know if I really see her hitting the floor though. That's probably why I feel okay about her. And then the midfielder that I was sort of referring to is Anne Hatchard. Anne Hatchard's the other player that I wanted to leave for this section because her scoring obviously hasn't been Anne Hatchard that we've been used to in seasons gone by, where she's been a top 5, top 6 midfielder and been a sort of consistent player that we've had in our midfield, right? Which was amazing to me. Obviously, loving both Noffy and Hatchard as Crows players, but her last couple of weeks gives me a bit of optimism that she can finish off on a high. So and I don't say last one, I should say. 127 is what she scored last week. 26 touches, 5 marks, 6 tackles. And who returned last week? Caitlin Gould was the one that returned. And she's also, funny enough, my other pod to round out the list. Caitlin Gould is that with her average so low, no one's looking at her. Returned for a lower score last week, but week under the belt could go quite well. So they're probably a couple of pods for the Crows, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if both can put up some good scores to finish the year.
No, I rate that. All right, let's jump into teams. This is, I think, I'm first. And I'll make it bigger again every time. So I'll talk you through it. Go on.
So we haven't seen each other's squads, obviously, but to be fair, I don't think we've seen them any weeks. But we haven't seen
I currently have. Oh, I don't think we talked about O'Shea.
No, we didn't.
Do you keep her around if?
No, she's in. She's in. She's in. I think that if Carney particularly is going to be managed at least, you think in last call like we think she will be. I think O'Shea's going to continue. Like O'Shea scored well last week, and that was a tough matchup against St Kilda, and she still had an 89. So she's just going very, very well. I'm looking. When was the last time she had a really poor score? So reverse, she's got 89, 90, 110, 73. Didn't play in round 7, 90. So she had a 35 in round 5. 69, 91, 84, then a 49 in round 1. So round 1 and round 5, who did she play in those games? Because I'd sort of be interested to see sort of context-wise who they played. I think one of them was Brisbane round 1. No, they played Geelong in round 1, which is interesting. Then round 5, she did play Brisbane. So there you go. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I like Erica O'Shea.
No, and then currently have O'Driscoll and Heads in there. So that's maybe why I found like it. I feel like I'm just missing someone in this back line because I've got so many like almost pods in there, which is I just can't work it out why it's messing with me.
Yeah. Well, I've probably got I've got 2 of them there that you'll see very, very shortly. That could be the 2. I guess we've got 2 differences, and I know who the 2 are. So
nice, and their midfield pretty unsurprising there. Gone row bottom probably mainly because I got that prize card, but I think I probably would be playing it anyway if I didn't have that card. Rux.
Is what is going on with the order? Normally the order is in average. I always put my order in average, but you've I don't know, like you got Garner
just getting in your head,
then row bottom's down, then Noff's up, Gardner down, Bowers down, then Ash Riddell on the bench. That's blasphemy.
No, I'm just mind games.
Trying to get in my head.
Yeah. And that forward line is like I think having Maloney there is maybe what's giving me the having Maloney as a confident pick in my head is what's making me happy with my forward line. Maybe whereas you're not as confident, it sounds.
Yeah, just the Melbourne matchup is just a slight worry for me. That's all.
Yeah, but I can imagine, I feel like you're probably not too far off with the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll share my screen for you as well so we can have a look at how my starter side, because I don't want to give you any secrets about the rarities or anyone that's watching that's around the top 5, my rarities and everything. But that's what we're looking. So we've both got TLR, Neve, Serene, O'Shea, whatever. So that I've got. Did you have Goodwin in your team? No,
I didn't have.
So no, so we had 3 differences in defence, which is probably the most we've had in any position for a long time. So I've gone Maeve Chapman, Shelley Heath as probably they've been quite safe, but I think again they've got good ceilings. I like both this week. Geelong's not too bad, and Goodwin, she's playing midfield. I do like her as an option, but I have considered the ones that you've got. I've looked at Katie Lynch as well. A few different options there. Yeah, midfield, the top 5, as always, got them there. But yeah, Gab Newton's, as I said, sitting at M6. I have, again, Charlie Rowbottom's right there. It's a lot, but at the moment, I do have her there. Mim Strom, Matilda Schultz, as everyone's got. And then I've gone for Ham St. Hodder, 2 good. I've got Wardlaw sitting there, Mullins, and I do have Katie Brennan sitting there, which I don't know how I feel. I feel worried because she has got the ability to put up a stinker, but she's got such a good matchup. I know that it's skewed a tiny bit from the Sydney game, but still great matchup. Good. And I do think Richmond can win this game. I think they will win this game. So that's probably why I'm thinking, well, if Richmond win, Katie Brennan's probably going to be involved.
Yeah, no, that's Fair. I think this is the most different our sides have been all.
So how many differences have we got? So we've got one that won the forward line, one in the mids, and 3 in defence. That's five differences. We don't normally have that many. Normally we've got 3, maybe
Yeah, I'd
4,
say so.
but yeah, five's probably the most we've had.
And then it kind of comes down to rarities, but this is actually going to come down to players this week, which is exciting. So
yeah, I could see us getting to 3 different. Like I could see it being if you don't change the defence, I could see me going for a Maloney and a row bottom. But at the moment, I've got that sitting there at the moment.
No, I like it. I think it's the play you need to make to get in the top 3.
Is that mind games from you? You just saying you like teams just for mind games, or
who knows? But
right, spin the wheel time.
Yeah, let's spin the wheel. So what we're going to do is this week, because it's a later show, I thought we would have less people watching, but we've actually had, I think, the most watching we've had all season, which is great.
Have we really?
Yeah.
Maybe is this a sign for next year? Maybe do we
we push it
later, obviously that's if the legends at GameDay squad will have us again. Yeah. But maybe we do the 8 p.m. Stream on a Wednesday. Well, let us know. Let us know in the comments, right? Like we think we may potentially have a sneaky show next week. I guess we won't reveal too much, I guess, unless Mar wants to, but we might do one next week. So let us know tonight or even next week, maybe some ideas or anything like that you'd like to see from us next year.
Yeah. So I'll bring up the wheel, and so we'll do 2 winners from this, and then I'll do 2 winners in the Discord.
We're going to be on the screen for the draw.
Oh. Yeah, I'll chuck it on. Where are we?
There we go.
Cool. So let's get going. Let's shuffle the order just so it's
got the sound on as well.
Is the sound on? I hope it is. All right. So first.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Right. The name of the wheel is gonna be.
Well, Izzy again. Izzy, you.
Big wheel. So
right. It's such a big wheel and so many people, and I very, very much appreciate everyone that's on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Izzy, like I think George has won a few as well.
Yeah,
and we love them, right? Because they're the ones that tune into every show.
That's the thing.
But do you want? I feel like I want one person that we never seen, hasn't got any prize, just to change it up. But congrats to Izzy again. Congrats to obviously George and previous winners. So. I don't want anyone to take that as if like I'm saying I don't want you to win, because I want everyone to win. But yeah, if you get my drift, if that makes sense.
Let's go number 2. If it's George,
could you imagine?
Finn.
There you go, Finn. I don't see Finn pop up on the screen. I don't think he gets. So
yeah, well, congratulations, Finn.
There you go. And Finn's been a regular as well. So congrats to Finn for winning there.
Very good. All right.
Well, Finn said spin the wheel until it's empty, surely. So maybe he wants more than one prize.
Let's go one more. Let's go 3.
Hey? Oh, there we go. Maybe this is where George pops up on the screen. Oh, who we got there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Harrison. Is Harrison 1-1? I don't think
so. So that's good.
Harrison's been on either. So we got a couple of new winners there. So,
alrighty. So let's swap over the wheels now. That's not what I wanted.
We've got some advertisements.
Yeah.
We're not being sponsored by them though, so I can't shout them out.
All right, so prize wheel. I've shown it before, but it is pretty. It's got a lot of. You might not even be able to see properly.
Zoom on the screen here. There is that sliver of the elite pack that could be very, very interesting if someone grabs that one. And
it could be giving away 3 technically, because I think I said I wasn't going to take the packs off the wheel if they get 1. So
yeah.
So
actually, didn't you give away the All-Star Thomas last week?
I did. Yeah. Oh, is it still on there?
Yeah. So Thomas is still on there. Oh. Who was the other one that you gave last week as well?
Just was a platinum. I think it was a Roberts.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
What do you have? I guess if you got another one, you can probably keep them on there, right? Or we just keep taking them off.
Well, I don't have another Thomas, so I think this is good.
Okay, cool.
Right. Good catch, because that would have been devastating.
Well, I've probably done you a disservice, because now there's more chance of the elite pack popping up. So
Beautiful. All right. So
Let's
first
go.
up, we have Izzy. All right, that elite pack has gone past. Thank God.
Oh, that's a good one. All star, too good.
Oh, that
is
is
a
the
good.
card
Oh,
that I wanted to keep. So, wow,
oh.
Izzy, congrats.
And to be fair, I said Izzy gets a lot of prizes, but I don't think Izzy's actually got like a really good prize. So,
yeah,
congrats to
fair.
Izzy for that one. Oh,
That
Izzy
is a
said
huge.
Platinum Watson was the other one that apparently someone had
Yeah,
got.
that's right. I've got a
Yeah,
couple
so
of each, so that should be fine.
maybe you got to work out a plan. Maybe you got to keep. If you got to keep too good, maybe ask Izzy, can I keep for 1 week before giving
No,
it?
that's
Maybe
fine. A rules are rules. It's because Izzy might need it more than me. So,
oh, congrats,
wow.
Izzy! Congrats.
All right, so we will send that one off. Izzy's obviously knows how to get prizes.
Yeah, it knows they get prizes, but I feel like I've been stitched up a few because I know there's been some packs
Yeah.
that there's been nothing in the pack, right? So it's good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we had
You took off
Finn.
Watson.
Oh, I've got a couple of Watson. So
oh, okay, cool. Yep. Alrighty, what have we got? Oh, it's getting. Oh, that was
okay.
That's the closest I've seen it to the elite
nervous.
pack.
Yeah. So Silverman's Strom. I mean, it's a decent card.
Still
Not
very
sure
handy. Yep, to playing
Yeah.
classic and challenger. So
100%.
Contender.
So yep, Finn, get in my DMs if you want it. Oh, I'm sure you want it. It's a great card. And then finally,
One more.
We had it was Harrison.
Yeah, we're going to open up the pack of the elite pack if it gets pulled on stream. We're giving the code.
No, we'll give the code away just in case they get something they want to hide. Maybe.
Well, why would you want to hide it? If you get it, brag about it. If you get a legend or something, then you're happy.
All right, I think we are.
That's
a nice card as well.
Diamond Bree Davey. I guess the frustrating thing with Bree Davey is that she hasn't played this year, and she didn't play a lot last year. But getting a diamond for really anyone, but in particular someone that can be relevant, I think is a good one. So consider you get it for free, right? You get it for the prize. So,
yep. So, congratulations to everyone who just won. I'm going to do 2 more spins later for people who watch the video later on. If you entered on the wheel here, you can still enter again if you want to. Just leave some comments on the video after you watch it.
See, there you go. So as Izzy just said there, right? As I said, Izzy's won a few times, but the best thing they've got was the gold Swanson. So,
and that's not great.
And to be fair, that's not great. So, I said I wanted someone new to come on, but if we've had people jump on and win, they haven't got anything they wanted, it's good to see them come back and get something good there. And appreciate Izzy for tuning in and everyone out there that's tuned in for all of our round previews.
Yeah, 100%. Now, this is the last, I guess, actual round preview we'll be doing for the season. You're probably hesitant to actually give any real pieces of advice, final words here.
Oh no, I've got some advice.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out just a few coaches as well for the great seasons that they've had. So looking at so I'm going to classic. Obviously, that's the comp that I've been probably taking the most seriously there. So I got so what's that? No, that is wait, no, hang on. What's that? Why is that? Oh no, that's why is it putting up round? I want the season. No, and then that's starter. So no, it's all stuffing up my phone. Here we go. So skippers, cash money, womanizer, Bower Power. Don't know who that is. Here we go. And Fez monkeys. Not good luck to any of you because any of you guys could either kick clear of me or go ahead of me. So everyone else can good luck and hope you guys go really well. But the other coaches, I can't because I'm joking. And good luck to everyone. It's been a great year. Finish on a good note. As I said, the advice I'd probably say would be if you're picking a player, don't pick it just for being the safe player. Go for the player that you think's got the better matchup, right? Because it's different other fantasy formats. Game Day squad is we go for the players that have got the best matchups. That's what we're targeting. So go for the player that you think is going to score better this week, not the safer one, which is probably what I've been doing the last few weeks and something I'll consider doing in like future seasons and other sports and everything. So yeah, good luck to everyone. It's been a great year and we'll recap it all with you guys next week.
Yeah. Agreed. And one final piece of advice is 2 Friday night games.
Nope. The dog wasn't very happy with the 2 Friday night games. He thinks that there should be a game on Thursday night.
Yeah, agreed.
He or she, I might have got that wrong, but he maybe thinks there should be a game Thursday night.
He's been a good boy for the whole episode, but he's just had enough, so I need to let him out soon.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, that wraps us up for the season, which is crazy. So
that reminder for next week, though, just to let the people know.
Yeah. So yeah, next week we will be doing a bit of a season wrap kind of video. It won't be a massive long thing, but we'll just be running through what we learned, what we did well, what we did bad, what we could have, changed.
And more excitingly, more giveaways.
Yeah, probably. Definitely more giveaways. So where can people find you, Bales?
Just on the screen there, as you can see there, at BalesDT on X and Instagram, and Fantasy Facts on YouTube, and AFL Fantasy Fans on X as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already gone over there, but if you haven't, check out. We did like a trade period recap for the men's last night, dropped this afternoon. So if you want our thoughts on all the trade stuff, a lot of it is GameDay squad relevant as well, because of all those players we're looking at. We obviously got 2 more pods with Tom before the end of the season, so it's been very good. But looking forward to one more pod with you next week, Mark, to recap. Where can the people find you?
So over on GameDay on Instagram, the GD Society. I hate that every time I say it. And the GameDay Society on YouTube.
What about maybe just do at Society GDS?
That's brilliant. I'm going to try and change that.
Or just do GDS Society. Like, it's literally
yeah. No, you're right. It just sounds horrible when I say it, but look,
I guess if you do GDS Society, it's got to be 2 S's. Whereas if you do Society GDS, you're not overlapping. So yeah, maybe.
Nice. And yeah, so thanks everyone for a great season of watching. Obviously we'll see you again next week, but just best of luck for your final round. Try not to make any rash decisions mid-round.
Driscoll to Swanson being one of them. So you don't do a mistake like that again.
And yeah, thanks for Melissa as well for everything that they've done this season.
Thank you, Mel.
For us, it's been super handy having you just keeping track of everyone's comments to get everyone on the prize wheel. So everyone give a shout out to her. Thank you. And yeah, best of luck. We'll call it there.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
All right. Catch up.